Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai, haere mai. Hello everyone and welcome to the Dunedin Ice Stadium. It is a packed house here in the stadium. We have got a big game coming up. The host nation New Zealand up against Bulgaria. My name is Matt Whifford. I'm here on my left with veteran broadcaster, Arizona native Matt Chavez. And on my right, Saskatchewan native and one of the most iconic voices of New Zealand ice hockey, Dave Dummick. Welcome to the booth, Dave. Your first time up
My
here.
first time up, yep. Wonderful to be here. Thank you very much.
No worries, it's going to be fun. A lot of fun. It's going to be a big game. These two teams historically have had some big scores. Last year it was a shootout victory for Bulgaria, winning 7-6. So let's talk about the matchup here, guys, and let's talk about some of the previous results. Well, let's talk about Wednesday night's game anyway. For New Zealand, Dave, it was a big win for New Zealand.
Thailand, New Zealand, 7-1. Funny thing there, Thailand playing up to New Zealand standard all the way through up to the second period. Into second started to slip, and then third period the floodgates opened, as Matt mentioned, and everything happened. And New Zealand just popped them in one after another after another. It was a huge change. I think it came from the fact that Thailand running a really skinny bench.
Yeah.
To one very good line, second line not bad at all, third line sort of not really there. Having to dot in players into those first and second lines as they got more and more tired out. But it was a fantastic result, as it was at the first game. Georgia, not so much.
That's right. And New Zealand were able to score on their power play finally in the tournament. First time.
Absolutely. They finally broke that thing. They've struggled all tournament to get a goal in on the power play, and finally, hopefully that will catapult them tonight and tomorrow night, that they can break that and keep going with those power plays, because penalties are definitely a component of this tournament.
Oh, they can change momentum so much. You're absolutely right. Matt, what were you wanting to say about the game from Wednesday night?
Yeah, it was interesting. So one of the stats that I found incredible was that New Zealand had played 8 periods and scored 5 goals, and then in their 9th period they scored 5 goals. So it was a remarkable turnaround as far as goal scoring goes. So the question then becomes, did the chemistry develop, and is it going to be felt on the ice tonight? Because as we've talked about off air, this tournament comes at you very quickly, and the strategies and type of play change every single time. This is another one of those that's going to feel a little bit more like Georgia, in the sense that the team's a little bigger, a little bit more physical. And from a strategic point of view, it'll be interesting to see if the New Zealand coaches have made some decisions as far as whether they go back to a more dump and chase style, or if they go with a more sustained pressure style like they had Wednesday night as well. So we'll see how that goes.
Of course, all to come. Let's take a look at the highlights from Wednesday night's games where New Zealand took on Thailand.
And we are going to try to go as best we can with the nameplates. So we are underway. First period action here at the Dunedin Ice Stadium. Thailand out quickly, and they're going to get the first shot, and almost a goal. That was no waiting around, and they caught New Zealand a little bit over, and it's going to be Chalice coming up the ice. They go 2 in here, looking with Amston forcing the play, and they leave it behind. Shot, and it goes behind Kleinshay, but he wasn't sure where it was. The shot by Rusky Jones, but it goes up over the net. Eyes up, looking for an entry, leaves it for Burns on the right side, who's left alone. Hard angle shot, but a good deflection. Or can't put that in the corner. He lets that go, gives it to McIntosh. They skate that forward. Or has it, McIntosh in front. Chance holds, and he just couldn't get it over the blocker. And that is pad saved away. Center ice, Ken Edwin with it, gains the zone. Then it's turned right back around by Eden. Eden's got a 3-on-1 if they hurry. McIntosh with it. It's Audis up the other side. Audis holds, Audis passes, shot. And it's a goal for New Zealand, as it was McIntosh waiting for the return pass.
A turnover on the blue line by Thailand. I think it was Ken Edwin just gave it up, and then New Zealand had the numbers and they took their time. They were patient. Ian Audis across the front of the net to McIntosh, who buried it.
Face-off won by New Zealand, and Stagg with it. That gets taken away from him, but he's going to hold on to it. And he's going to skate this one out a little bit. Doesn't just clear it. Daig up towards the slot and gets a shot. And that is a fantastic way to start the penalty. And then a pass and a shot. That was some glove there.
Lightning fast glove there from Chubba.
Yeah, that was Patrick Forstner on that shot from the far point. That faceoff was won by New Zealand, but that's taken by Patrick, and he gets a 2-on-1 shot, and that goes just off. Chaba looking for it. Chaba not sure. I thought that actually went over and into the netting, but it didn't. It came all the way out. On a stick, just a meter from the top, but it's McDonald with it. He's going to walk it in, take a shot. That gets blocked by Kleinshey, and it looks like Kleinshey had it. He did have it under his glove. That's a stop in play.
Jumped on that one.
Talk about chemistry here. Marcus McDonald and Jacob Carey combining for an absolute belter of a chance.
That's turned around. John with it. John's going to come up the ice. He's got a 2-on-1 if John hurries. John up the right side, gets the pass. He can't lift it enough, and it is Regan knocked into the goal.
I think he just did this all by himself here. Just diving to save the play.
Yep, diving to save that pass across.
Yeah, he
couldn't body on the line.
He couldn't get out of the way there at the end. He's diving.
He got the puck.
Pass in front, but it just didn't quite connect. It was Tenenut in front. Tenenut still in front. And another shot here by Jean, and a score! Jean in front, and New Zealand give up a power play goal to Thailand. This one's tied up 1-1. Good chances so far in the second period. Daig with it, takes it in the zone. Lachlan Freer with a high shot and a score.
Oh, wow.
That was a sniper shot as it goes right over Kleinshey's head and hits that back corner, and it makes it 2-1. They finally convert one of those sniper shots.
Not a lot you can do about that as a goalie, unless you can get your head right up in the corner there. But a nice keep in from Daig. Gives it to Lachlan Freer.
Oh, what a hard angle too.
Yep. Onto the corner. Eden collects it at the half boards. He's got it. It'll be Daig going for a change. Shot and a goal against the run of play, and it looks like McIntosh with a deflection here, and that puts one behind Kleinshaw, and then leaves it for Nucha Jantorn. Out to Eden now. Shot, and he hits the crossbar, and it goes out of play. That looked like it hit glove, crossbar, and then goes out. And that puck goes dangerously through the middle, but New Zealand recapture it. Now they have a 2-on-1. Audis with it. Audis with the same waiting time. This one too, tic-tac-toe, but they can't get the last connection. And on the two-man power play, out to Carey. Carey with a shot. In front, McIntosh with a scramble. Back and forth we go. Out to Daig, over to Carey. Carey doesn't shoot. He passes it low, gets it back. Now he's going to pass it to the side. They keep going cross ice. Tic-tac-toe. Audis with the goal. And they finally break through on the power play. 5-on-3. Special teams comes through. New Zealand up 4-1. Burns leaving it for Chalice on the right point. Everybody moves right. He drops low, gets the pass in front. Another chance, and a score! That may have been deflected, but it looks like it's Amson's goal.
That's Amson. Looked like he just slipped that one home there.
And that's 2 in a row on the power play. Really breaking the streak there.
Exactly, fighting back for those power play stats.
On the two-man advantage. Long shot by Hayward Jones. In front, another chance, or buries it. Make it 6. And the chemistry is coming together explosively.
Oh, the floodgates are open here.
Wow, what a change in momentum there.
Looks like that was clean. We continue on, and Thailand with the puck is turned over quickly. Colin McIntosh to Eden, and a score. A turnover deep, and now the floodgates are truly open. So he skates in, turns, shot by Atwell, and a good save there. What a glove save. Welcome to the game.
Yep.
Yeah. Ankuput Tanasuk just stretching and giving it his all here. This is a fantastic save. I think it's Carey with it. Just sitting there, waiting. Carey with a shot and a save. And that ends the game. 7-1, a solid victory for New Zealand, putting up that 5 spot in the third period. It was remarkably close for 2 periods.
Well, as we saw there, a fantastic display of offense by the New Zealand team, putting in 7 goals against Thailand, which, after their results today for Thailand, it's unfortunate their tournament hasn't gone their way.
Yep.
They've now been eliminated, but we can talk about that very soon. Let's have a look at the points table, I suppose, right now, and talk about what may or may not happen for the next 2 games.
Yeah, so let's talk about, there's some funny maths that happen with this kind of stuff in such a short tournament. So we'll talk about some realities here. Thailand, with their loss today, they will end up in 6th place. That's a set deal. Even if they win tomorrow, that they won't catch on the tiebreaker. What most of the viewers will be wondering about is where New Zealand, Iceland, and Bulgaria end up here. So if we look at tonight's game with a 3rd and 4th place, now they haven't played yet, so 6 and 4 points for New Zealand and Bulgaria respectively. They are really playing tonight. This will almost guarantee a podium finish if anybody wins in regulation here. So that's a big deal for. So if New Zealand catches up and gets to 9, then it'll give them a chance to play for silver the next night. If Bulgaria wins, that puts them in the hot seat there, so they'll be in a good chance to pick up 3rd place for themselves. So there's a lot to play for in the seedings and positioning in this evening's matchup. But for the most part, New Zealand's really going to be pushing here because they need to get these last 2 wins to get any chance of getting up towards Georgia. Now, you're going to say, well, you haven't talked about Georgia yet because they're on 11 points. Their game, they just need to get a win tomorrow to assure that they will take the tournament. They're in the best position right now, and that looks likely at this point.
Right, let's take a look at the head-to-head. Dave, you've got something in front of you there.
Yeah, just some notes that the last over the last 8 years that Bulgaria has beaten New Zealand 5 of the times, and obviously New Zealand's won 3 of the time. And unfortunately for New Zealand, the last 2 years Bulgaria has beaten them, although in a shootout in 2024.
Yeah, looking at some of the players highlighted there, we've got Ivan Hudolov, who scored a hat-trick in last year's game. One of the players on the ice for Bulgaria that you want to be keeping an eye on. For New Zealand, we've got Justin Daigle, a naturalised player now for 2nd season with New Zealand. He's one of the best player for New Zealand against the game against Thailand on Wednesday.
Fantastic.
He really did have a good game too. That was no fluke. He was really holding on to possession and moving things around. And I guess we can look for that as one of the keys of the game today. I wanted to bring that up as part as possession. So on Wednesday night, New Zealand did a great job at the face-off dot. They won a lot of face-offs, ended up with a lot of possession. In Bulgaria's last game, when they went up against Georgia, they had a hard time keeping possession against them. They had a really good run of shots and really made the most of the power play, which got them the 7 goals that they had. They lost in the overtime period, excuse me. And but it wasn't for a lack of firepower. That was concentrated, and they have that chance to do that again tonight. If Bulgaria wants to come out ahead of this thing, they really need to get their shots laser perfect against Chaba. Basically, this is what it's going to come down to. If the offense and the chemistry is there for New Zealand, they have a good chance of taking this. Otherwise, look for the sniper shots and the range shots by Bulgaria.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Dave, you've got New Zealand there in front of you.
Yes, centering for New Zealand is Colin McIntosh. And on his wings, Jacob Carey and Chris Eden. Backing him up in defense is Stefan Amston and Colin Burns. In net is Chaba Kirmagas, and so that's New Zealand, and you've got Bulgaria.
I've got Bulgaria here. So starting in net for Bulgaria, Dimitar Dimitrov, number 1. At the back, Yannicky Gachev, number 7, one of the alternate captains, and number 18, Nikola Charliov. At centre, one of the assistant captains, Ivan Hudolov, number 10. Number 9 on the left wing, Vasilin Dikov, and number 12, Martin Narkov, to round up that starting lineup. And we are ready here, folks, at the Dunedin Ice Stadium in the beautiful city of Dunedin.
Sold out.
Big crowd here, Dave. Big crowd. It's going to be sold out again tomorrow, but It's not just New Zealanders
No,
up there.
Bulgarian flags flying up there.
Bulgarian flags,
Could be a very, very heated game out of the game or out of the rink.
Alrighty, New Zealand wearing the away colours tonight in white, and Bulgaria in their home colours red. Moments away from puck drop here. It's day 4 of this men's 2025 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Division 2 Group B. And Bulgaria with the first win on the face-off drop. That puck has hit the roof, I think. That went high, had something hard up high off a deflection, so we're going to...
Yeah, that hit metal. I don't know how they managed to do that on that first shot, but that was a wayward shank of a wedge going up in the roof that high. But it's going to be pulled all the way back into the offensive zone for New Zealand.
So New Zealand with the draw on the offensive zone. They get it back to the point. Shot on. Goes wide. And Anderson pinching down. Can't keep it in. Quick out pass by Bulgaria goes all the way down for icing. So New Zealand will get a chance to go back on the offense here.
That's a quick opportunity to just fire one by on the left side and go into the corner. But I'm surprised Bulgaria immediately trying to vacate the zone quickly on a long pass. It looks like they're going to try to stretch the ice.
McIntosh and Hudolov facing off. Puck came back for New Zealand, but coming through was Bulgaria. Hudolov with the puck knocked away from him. Turns and fires one behind the net. Gachev sends it back down, picked up by McIntosh. His pass is picked off by Bulgaria. Intercepted by Chris Eden. Steps in, moves around one, puts it across the paint, looking for McIntosh. I don't think he got anything on it. Puck comes out for Daigle. Now Amston fires it in past the goalkeeper. Fortis. Shuffled around the boards by New Zealand. Eden couldn't get down low, and here comes Bulgaria through the neutral zone. Kept in. Hudolov still out there from the first shift. And it's Mitchell Frere with the puck. We'll settle it down. New Zealand up over halfway off the stick of McDonald. Here's McDonald. Coming up the right-hand side. Gains the zone and puts it deep. Orr putting pressure on down low. McDonald picks it up. Goes to Orr, but it's through his legs. And out come Bulgaria. Sit there in neutral ice. Lachlan Frere. He's got a great goal. Here he is on that same side. Put it through the crease. And Bulgaria pick up the loose puck. Working out to the corner. Dilkov. Moves it up ice. Goes past everyone. No icing. Picked up. Shot on. Goes out of the glove, I think, of Chubba. Edward Jones gets the puck up ice. And New Zealand come away. Devlin steps around. Pulls up in the corner. He's got Lachlan Frere there. Shooting into the glove of Dimitrov. And the first real save.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Take a look at it here. Dimitrov, he gets a little lucky here because they're on a change, and he gets to see that all the way through and gives him a good chance to save this puck. But he's been out of position a couple of times already and has been fortunate. So we'll continue to watch where Dimitrov plays as he's trying to find lanes.
Face-off comes back for Bulgaria. Breaking out of the zone. Through the middle. Amson, though. Broke it up, just couldn't get the clear. Dumped back in by Bulgaria. Pachev couldn't win the puck. Amston fighting his way towards the puck. Gets it over the blue line. Turns it back for Chalice. Goes towards the middle and kicked off the skates of Regan. It's going to go into the netting, and that'll draw a whistle.
Denis Pachev is going to be a number to watch. He's, I believe, the assist leader in the tournament, but plays a big part of the offense for Bulgaria. and he is a skater. He is the fastest player on the ice in that last shift, and he showed it as he made a play on the far half boards and came all the way back and upset the offense for New Zealand there.
Regan and Hudelov. It's in behind for Bulgaria. Narkov gets it to Hudelov. He's coming up the right-hand side, trying to work his way to the middle. He gets taken down. Hand stay down from the referee, so no call. Brings it up the boards through the middle and knocked away by Rusky Jones. Actually, Rusky Jones trying to win the puck. Can't do it, and Bulgaria will send it back. Reset from their own zone. Big pass across ice. Picked up by Dikov. That's Konstantin Dikov. Vasilisa. Shot. Big rebound out to the side and couldn't collect it as the puck was bouncing. Return shot goes through the crease. And Rusky Jones trying to get this one out. It bounces up high. Hudelov played it ahead but picked up by Jacob Carey. Jacob Carey. George wasn't it going through, but he can't get it towards the net. And then Chris Eden had a shot that went off the pads of Dimitrov. Carey fighting for the puck, wins it. To the centre for McIntosh. This shot goes wide of the left-hand post. McIntosh down low for Eden. Up the boards to Hayward Jones. Fires one on. It goes across the paint. Kept in. McIntosh cycling down around low. Going for that high corner above the shoulders of Dimitrov was Eden. Good shift here for New Zealand. McIntosh looks to the point. Hayward Jones fires one on. Tipped maybe. Eden again. Didn't get it through. And Hudelov clears it around the boards. Kept in though. Pressure from New Zealand here. It's McIntosh. Still there for New Zealand. Stepping through with Simon. He's going to draw a penalty. And what a shift from New Zealand there. That was some pressure.
Yeah, and you'll see on the replay here, this will be a hook. 2 minutes against Bulgaria. What'd you see, Dave?
Great opportunity here. What I'm noticing is New Zealand's cycling deep in that Bulgaria zone, and that's very strategic. They're passing. They're not just blasting at the net. They're doing some great passing, great fakes, and then putting it in front of the net. Just can't sink it behind the goaltender.
All right, New Zealand on the power play. McIntosh fires and a good block in front. Number 11, Georgiev.
Yeah, it was Gachev that went off for that hook there. Another good shot, but it's if you guys have, I don't know if you've seen it, but 6-0 is the shot so far. It's been a shooting gallery so far for New Zealand. Not a single one on target yet against Chaba.
McIntosh got it out to the side for Chris Eden. He plays it down low. Funny bounce off the boards, and it falls for Bulgaria, and they are able to clear down ice.
Bulgaria playing aggressively on this on the penalty kill as they played a 2-2 box. It's trying to push him out to the wall. We'll see how it goes.
Jacob Carey put it across to Eden. McIntosh has it, takes it into the corner. In behind the net, turns back. Trying to get to the front, and Chris Eden. Oh, I thought he celebrated for the goal, but the light stayed off. And New Zealand regroup and neutralize. Daigle around one. Pulls up to the front, goes through the middle. Ortis firing a shot that goes wide. Daigle, very offensive defenseman, down low. Comes out to the blue line, and here comes number 22, taking a shot out of the glove. Return shot off the shoulder of Chaba. That was Miroslav Vasilev with a great opportunity.
Just as you noted there, you said that the light did actually come on that shot. So hopefully we get to see what happened there, but no goal on the ice.
Adwell with the puck. 30 seconds left on the power play for New Zealand. Burns fires one, doesn't get through. Looking to cycle this one in the corner, New Zealand. Adwell to Burns, and they start to move it around. Don't want to get caught in this corner here. Burns plays it to the top. Ampson fires a low one, tipped out wide. Still there for New Zealand. Shot on, big save by Dimitrov. Bulgaria work it out, and back to 5-on-5. Shot from long range, out of the breadbasket, and the shot on, doesn't get through, cleared out by New Zealand. Some rebounds coming from Chubby here. New Zealand need to be on their toes, looking out for them if they're coming out right in front. Burns across to Amston. The captain for New Zealand has the puck. Gets it up to Jacob Carey. Likes to get moving. Goes through the legs. Gets it knocked away from him. Turns it back down low for McIntosh, who just lost it. And knock off. Up to Diekoff. New Zealand, Diekoff taking a shot off the pads of Chubba. Bulgaria regroup. Pass missed. Eden. He's got half a step on one of them. Can he beat the other one? Pulls up and shoots high and wide. Picks up the rebound on the boards. Couldn't get it low enough, and Hudelhoff will just regroup here. To Charlioff. Charlioff fakes. Pulls it around behind the net. Still with it. Lost it as he turned back. And New Zealand come out of the zone. Hudelhoff, I'll say that name a few more times tonight. Might even see him on the score sheet, but he's going to have to do some defense there on an icing against Bulgaria.
Let's take a look at this replay here. Now, the light you will see does come on, so I'm interested to see. Eden thought it was in. Yeah, the light's on, but the referees judged this not to come in. This will be the more decisive angle here. Oh, ooh. That's
off the crossbar.
Yeah, I think that is
the post.
Looks like a very good call on ice.
Man.
But not fully over, and we play on 0-0.
Back to the point.
Will that be the one that haunts them?
Oh, that was about as close as you can get, hitting two posts. Georgiev picks it up. Georgiev skates, shooting, and it's away. Good save from Chubba. He's had to make a few, and he's been letting up a few rebounds, so got to be sharp, New Zealand, in their own zone. Justin Daigle will slow things down. Leaves it for Devlin. Devlin just played it to himself, but he was played off the puck by Daniel Dilkoff. He's got another chance, Devlin. He brings it in. Tried to center on the backhand. Bulgaria have big numbers here. Trying to tangle around was Dilkoff, but he couldn't get past the defense. And numbers for New Zealand now. Chalice shooting right into the blocker of Dimitrov, and it's out to neutralize. Devlin will send it back in. Trading chances, Bulgaria and New Zealand. Dilkoff pass across ice off the skate. That'll go all the way down into the corner. Amson will play it up the boards. All the way out. It's going to go down for icing against New Zealand. Now, that was a couple of good chances there, Dave, weren't they? There's numbers for Bulgaria here. Surprised he didn't use them.
Spectacular defense here. Stopping that possible shot or pass.
That was Dustin Daigle. Look at the numbers here. Couldn't get a pass to the middle, though, or a shot away. Just great positioning there from Daigle.
He player of the game last night, or the other night.
Yeah, one of the players of the New Zealand's team for sure. Eden dropped it off for Carey. He pulls up and looks back to Amston. Amston tries to get one through. It's off the blocker and played out to the corner. Eden had it knocked off him. Bulgaria. Played through center ice. Big pass across. Paychev. Put it to the center. It's knocked away. Nice pass up the middle. Finds Amston. Amston across to McIntosh. Trying to get it back to the middle, but a good defensive play there by McMullen. Just broke up that pass. Burns steps into one. Keeps it down low, where Chris Eden will pick it up in the corner. McIntosh will join him for a battle down here in the near corner. Bulgaria put it around the boards. Podolski will pick it up. Lost it though. Who's coming back was Ortis. Burns. Big pass up ice to Eden. Lost it off his stick though. And McMullen. Up the boards. Tipped away. Joe Wars trying to get it through the legs of Dikov. Couldn't do it. And Bulgaria with Hudalov on the attack. Hudalov, round one. Goes around Chuba. Couldn't get it past the pads. To the point now. Bulgaria, long shot into the pads of Chuba, who made a good save.
That's the big cover-up for Chuba. He's been kicking out lots of rebounds. That was a wonderful cover-up because that was dangerous if it would have rolled out in front.
There was Hudalov. I think he tried to tuck a 5-hole there, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he was. He had a couple of options there and chose the wrong one in this case. But at the same time, that actually was good defense, giving a little bit of a stick check to make sure that he wasn't comfortable getting that 5-hole shot off with any speed.
Dylan Devlin. Face off against Hudalov to the right of Chuba. Shot, and this one is also safe from Chuba. No rebound there either.
One of the most interesting things I've seen in this tournament was Devlin actually pointing out to Veselin Dikov he needed to move back just a little bit on the circle in order for them to do it, and he didn't quite get it, so Devlin helped him out.
Always the gentleman.
New Zealand start their breakout. It's knocked away from Devlin as he's out of the zone. Knock off and Chalice. Here comes Devlin wheeling up centre ice. Moves it across to Chalice. You've got players going towards the net. Goes to the far side for Daigle in front, and I think Freer might have got something on it, but it was played out to the corner. Here come Bulgaria with speed. Through the legs. Oh, tried to go forehand, but couldn't get the shot away. That was Charlie off.
Oh, Freer.
What a rush up ice with a lot of speed there.
So it looks like Freer's got himself 2 minutes.
Yeah, he'll be going for slashing here right at the end of this play. And at least that's what it was called. And it was just enough to mix things up for the defense to make sure that Chuba didn't have anything too dangerous playing against him.
Chance to test the
special teams.
Yeah, special teams for Bulgaria.
Yeah, first power play for Bulgaria here tonight. Daniel Dilkov will take the draw. Sits at the back for Bulgaria, and they get underway. Long shot off the pads and out to the side. Bulgaria with the recovery. Zalayev. Out there to Dilkov, who put it in behind the net. New Zealand put some pressure on in the corner, trying to win the puck away. Hampson comes away with it, and he does get it clear. It's up to about halfway. Vasilev brings it back in. Lifted behind for Georgiev. Zalayev couldn't get it through. Block in front from New Zealand. And nice play there from New Zealand. That's McIntosh just stepping up, getting the block. They're killing him plenty of times. He's got lots of attention. Getting it down low. And springing around down there like he's a young man again. Here comes Vasilev. Pulls up to the point. Trying to get a fresh change out here. Bulgaria. Here comes the player at the point now. To the top. Oh, it's just away from Gatchev. And here comes McIntosh to Freer. Gets a shot away.
Penalty.
And he's going to get a penalty called with a great chance for New Zealand. Short-handed.
It's going to be a penalty shot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
That is not something you see on a short-handed opportunity very often, but the referee quickly decided to put his wrists above the net, above his head, and that's a penalty shot coming up.
The one-handed slash across the body there from number 10, Hudalov. McIntosh will take the penalty shot here.
I'm not sure if I want the 2 minutes here or the penalty shot, to be honest, but it will be McIntosh to take this.
Well, you can tell us how you feel after the shot.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, we'll make this decision later.
Oh, here comes Colin McIntosh up the left-hand side against Dimitrov. shoots, and a great save into the glove of Dimitrov, and penalty shot unsuccessful.
Colin McIntosh in that corner earlier. Frustrating Bulgaria. Slows everything down and kind of almost toys with them.
Yeah. Yeah, he was daring them to try and take a penalty, wasn't he? You know, just like, yeah, I've got the puck. Come and get it.
Yeah, I dare you.
But unfortunately, it's still 37 seconds on the clock for Bulgaria to continue this power play.
Yep, New Zealand still killing penalties here. Charlioff got knocked off the puck just as he went into the zone. Long dump in there. On the side of the net, Chaba just takes a whistle there.
Silly bounce. It was supposed to rim, I think, a little bit, but it actually almost bounced out in front of the net there. Here we go with Colin's attempt at a penalty shot.
Didn't do a lot with the hands. Sort of came in and just tried to beat him with speed. With the shot.
Speed.
The snapshot. Devlin. Oh, a quick shot on off the face-off backhand. That was number 12, Martin Nakov.
Yeah, Nakov actually, that's a lot more dangerous than the crowd gives it credit for. That was very good goaltending work there by Chaba.
Chaba playing his second game for the tournament. Aston Brooks had the first 2 games up against Chinese Taipei and Georgia.
Yep, yeah. Chaba had the win the other night against Thailand.
Bulgaria still with some time left on the clock on the penalty power play. But that'll do it there as Remy Sandoi gets the clear. So New Zealand back to even strength. Now, Charlioff gets taken down.
No arm.
No arm though, so it'll be remain 5-on-5. Frere got it out. Hasleen was Devlin. Chalice turned it over in the middle of the ice. Got to get a shot away. Just as he went to, Narkov got the stick up in the arms and
goaltender ices the puck.
Yeah.
Unintentionally, but it was a good little wrist from him.
Yeah, wow, she's just he sent it right, man.
Well,
Contender for a goalie goal if you can do that.
I was going to say, don't give him an empty net opportunity. He will take it. But interestingly, just trying to clear and go as quickly as they can. Bulgaria trying to exit the zone with long passes here.
This line has had some good shifts here in the first period. McIntosh didn't get a clean win. It's still there in the middle of the ice. To McIntosh at his feet to get the shot away. Goes wide and played out. McIntosh trying to feed Carey. Got knocked over. No
Looking
call.
for the penalty.
Looking for it, but not getting it. Kept in momentarily. Back out to the neutral zone. McIntosh stepping in. Recognises there was a change going on. Gets it to Carey. Carey shoots. And a good save from Dimitrov. Still in front there. Bulgaria clear it out. Here comes Paychev. Taking a shot. Kicked away by Chaba. Paychev got it in behind, but it's Ampson who will come away with it. Finds Eden. Eden gets it in just in time as Carey was trying to enter the zone. He plays it up to Ampson. Shooting. Great block there. Putting the body on the line was Paychev. Here they come. Feeding it ahead. Podolski couldn't get there, and so New Zealand with an easy clear. Bring it up through neutral ice. Sent in. It'll be icing those. It's just short of halfway. Unfortunate there.
Is that 4 minutes left in this period? This has just gone like a rocket this period.
Plenty of shots so far too. New Zealand 16, Bulgaria 11. So not afraid to shoot at these two teams.
New Zealand's, like I say, they're deep in that Bulgaria zone. Very concentrated, very clinical.
Dilkov wins it back. Couldn't get the shot away off the play. And Joe Warren behind his net. Hampston got McDonald on the far side. He finds him. Lays it off. Oh, it's offside. Just a little bit
whisker.
slow.
Yeah, McDonald not able to quite play it the way he wanted to, and that's what took Joe Orr over the blue line just a little bit too quickly. Interestingly, though, as that's Carey falling over there, I think he had much more of a case than any of the others so far, and the arm stayed down for that one, as it was considered okay.
Vasilin Dikov getting the stick out there.
Oh.
McDonald and Georgiev collide on the near boards. Left behind by Bulgaria. Floated across ice. McDonald breaks up the play. Vasiliev does end up getting it in though. Simon. New Zealand just caught trying to get the puck out.
Penalty coming up.
I think it's going to be a slash on Joe Orr, isn't it? As he came in to try and break up the play, just almost two-hand chopped it.
I think you've got it exactly right here, because it is Orr going to the box.
He broke his stick on the...
Yeah, it's not hard to figure out what happened there.
You can't sort of tell there, who, me? With a half a stick in my hand?
Yeah, there's a lot of guilt involved in that one. There's evidence on the ice. Small yard sale. So, yeah, it's been interesting seeing. This will be interesting to see what the way that they project on this. If they just stick to that 2-3 and stay on the outside, Bulgaria is not that effective. They're just trying to shoot from deep. We'll see if they try to get in deep and get in front of Chaba here.
Narkov, Charliev, Hudolov. Long range shot. It goes wide of the right hand post. Comes back to Charliev. He's at the point. He's got Hudolov to his left.
And there's Nakov right in front.
Oh, fanned on the shot there from long range and cleared out by McIntosh. Just over the head of Charliev, who did what he could, and New Zealand get a fresh set of penalty killers out there. Breaking up the players, Devlin brings it in. Takes a long shot, it's into the pads of the defender. Devlin, such a good penalty killer. He's always hard on the puck. Hudolov pulls up and will set up the power play. Charlie taking a shot off the pads, cleared out but only to the blue line.
45 seconds left in this penalty.
Cross-ice pass, going across the back door and they score.
I don't know if that was kicked or pushed.
Number 9 is going to get credited for the goal.
That is a goal.
They are giving it.
Yep.
It just seemed to bounce in so slowly. It's Vasilin Dikov.
Yeah, I don't think
Dilikov.
No, it was Dikov that scored. It was number 9, or at least he was in the right spot. So maybe we'll see it on the other side. But this low pass, they play in a diamond out high, and they just allow this pass to get all the way to the corner, but they don't expect the guy coming in behind in the net there in time. Amston doesn't get there, and they just have to tap it home.
Yeah. Vasilin Dikov with the goal. Came off his skate, but hey, he'll take it. Bulgaria with the 1-0 lead here late in the first period. And power play working for them. Centering pass from Eden, missed Carey. Bulgaria up the ice again. Throwing it in. Hard ring around. New Zealand to get there in numbers though. To break it up and come out with the puck. McIntosh beats the defender. Goes to the forehand. Went to get it to the middle, but pokes out to the far side. Carey plays it around the boards, and Remy Sandoy will pinch in, but cleared by Bulgaria. Eden gets it to McIntosh. Carries in the middle. Pulls up. Takes a shot. It's loose. It's there. McIntosh scores! On a messy play in front of the net, McIntosh cleaned it up on the backhand, and New Zealand tie it up. Take us through it, Dave. How did this happen here?
Well, that's Colin McIntosh. He controls it slowly as he walks it in. And then, like you said, wasn't pretty in front. It was supposed to go in the first time, didn't. But they all count the same amount. So
They all count the same amount in the backhand here. You'll see this.
There, that should have gone in, and then Colin just sorts it out.
Yeah, and the goaltender upset about being kind of turned over, but it was his own player that kind of got him there, so you can't complain about that too much. And that leaves us at an even 1-1.
Interestingly, that was full-strength goal.
Oh, chance in front for Bulgaria. Oh, what a save from Chuba. Oh, that was quick. All of a sudden, player left alone. I think New Zealand thought the puck was going out of the zone, and they had to readjust their thinking there.
Yeah, I think everybody was looking up for a minute because Bulgaria was fully offside on that play.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought so as well. I didn't say anything, but
Yeah.
it certainly looked like it. Here comes Lachlan Freer. Shooting. Low, big rebound, and Chalice couldn't get a stick on it as the defense chopped his stick down. Zaliev enters his own. They're going offside now.
Let's see that last offside if we can.
A big replay here. The New Zealand goal, the tying goal.
Wow.
It's a great backhand as Dimitrov was spun around. It's almost impossible to make that save. But
Yeah.
the ice is slippery, and the goal counts because it got in. It was kicked off the stands, but it still went in.
Yeah.
So they're still going to count that. They had a quick discussion about it, but it does count.
Especially with the goaltender himself kicking it off.
Yep.
That old chestnut.
That one indeed.
Face-off comes back for New Zealand. Put it off the boards. Trying to chase us down as Jacob Gary, but he's not fast enough. Referee's call icing.
They waited a while on that one to call it. That actually went all the way to the goal line here. I think they weren't sure if the puck was going to get there. Anyway, here's the goal again.
As a replay before, big rebound. Chalice was there, but defense was also there, and they're able to,
Yeah, that little stick press there by Bulgaria was critical to keeping it 1-1.
Well, we got 31 seconds left in the first period. Scores tied at 1. New Zealand get the clear off the draw. And so Bulgaria want, they're going to get an icing. So they will start back in New Zealand's zone with 20 seconds to work. If they can get a good clean face-off win here, there's plenty of time, Dave, to get one back to Bulgaria.
Absolutely. Set it up. Win the draw.
Out to the side, and Eden doesn't get it out though. Hudeloff kept it in, puts a low shot on. McIntosh finds Eden. He's got one to beat. Shooting. Oh, and he's got it. Oh my goodness. My word, how close was that to dribbling over the line as it came through the pads of Dimitrov. Eden with another shot. Shoots. And in good position was Dimitrov.
They knew. So it's interesting, the stands being behind that goal. Everybody in the stands knew it was spinning and waiting, and it was pulled right off the line. Bulgaria get away with that one there with a good last-ditch effort to keep the scoreline 1-1 after one.
The goaltender owes that defender
a steak dinner, I think. Yeah, that was definitely some last-second help there.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess, Matt, how do you feel about the overall play here? It almost feels, I felt like New Zealand actually outplayed Bulgaria, but Bulgaria took the smart chances there, and that kind of evened things out.
Yeah, I feel like New Zealand certainly made the most of the play down in the offensive zone with more possession. They cycled things down low for a few shifts. That top line of New Zealand, McIntosh, Carey, and Eden looks very dangerous.
Yeah.
And they resulted in the only goal for New Zealand. But yeah, like you say, Bulgaria, they took the opportunities. They had a couple of power plays. They made the most of one of them, and that's why we're tied at 1 apiece here, Dave.
Yes, I'm liking the way that New Zealand controls the puck deep in that Bulgaria zone. They're very concentrated, and precise with their passing. They are cycling very well. Bulgaria more sort of crashing in, and luckily Chaba's starting to cover up those pucks. His early ones, kicking them out, creating possibilities for rebound shots.
Yeah, he got better as the period went on.
Warmed up.
He warmed up really well.
Yeah. I already know what I want to see out of these two teams. It was just pretty clear for me. Bulgaria is giving up the back third. They're allowing New Zealand to come out without much forecheck. They're giving them a lot of respect. If that changes, that may change the dynamic in the middle third, because New Zealand's winning that middle third right now. The only thing that New Zealand is generally missing is a net presence. They've cycled a few in. McIntosh was there a couple of times, and it's been there, but we just need to get that secondary sweep of the goal, and that's what we saw when they scored, was that backhanded garbage shot, basically.
Picking up the garbage.
And they all count the same, like we've said. If they continue to do that, Bulgaria is in trouble, to be fair, because if they control the puck and keep moving it that way, they're getting outmanned. The possession's being held in that offensive third, and New Zealand's getting the better chances. If Bulgaria doesn't hold them off and make those adjustments, it's going to be a long night for them.
I expected more muscle from Bulgaria, but maybe it'll come.
Yeah, could be.
Just to remind you that why New Zealand is wearing white tonight.
Yep.
You mentioned that they're the away team tonight. Although this is being played in New Zealand, and although it's a tournament here in Dunedin, each team has opportunities to be home and away. And so the next two games, New Zealand will be the away team wearing their white stripe.
That's right. All right, folks, we've got a tied game here in Dunedin. It's very delicately poised. Points on the offer. This is very important here for both these teams. We're going to go for a wee break, but we'll be back for period 2 very soon. No mai, hoki mai. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Matt Whiffen. This is Matt Chavez to my left and Dave Dubnik to my right. We're bringing you all the action from here at Dunedin Ice Stadium. Day 4, it's New Zealand, the host nation, up against Bulgaria. It's tied 1 apiece. Got a very tight game coming up for the next 40 minutes. Let's take a look at the highlights from period 1, Matt.
Yeah, let's break these down a little bit. The couple of early chances here. This is Jacob Carey skating in and getting a chance, but a second follow-up by Eden. That line has done really well, and you'll see the follow-up here. That's Eden at his best. He just barely could not get it over. That started everything out for New Zealand. In front again, Eden trying to pinball one here.
Yeah, that line definitely has looked the most dangerous for New Zealand tonight.
And it accounts for the goal as well with McIntosh, but we'll get to that in a minute. Good couple of chances there. And there's McIntosh in front. That was the goal that we didn't get. So we'll take a look at this again here. See if we can.
Crossbar and then post.
Yeah, so I think what everybody saw and why the goal judge even said, so you'll see the net bulge as we turn this one around. It hits post, and then net, but the net is bulged by the skate there, and that's what everybody saw and thought it actually had hit. That was the correct call. Bulgaria on the reverse here. This one walked in, but as number 19, that was Dilkov waiting just a little bit, and then we'll get, apparently that was the goal there, so let me back that up just a little bit.
Yeah, that play before, they had like 4-on-1 there for a moment, but the player, Daniel Dilkov, did not.
He didn't shoot.
Didn't shoot,
didn't pass. And then it gave him enough time to do that. So this is the goal for Bulgaria. You'll see the long pass, and this player here, number 9, and that is Dikov. Not Dilkov, but Dikov. He's over there, right? And he skates in. And we'll put that one. There's the tic-tac-toe pass right at the end. Now, he didn't immediately celebrate there. It took him a second because if we see this, and we'll go forward on this, maybe we get it from behind, we can see if this was kicked in. It was not a kicking motion. No. I know that's what's going to be the thing here. So
yeah, he just turned that skate. Which is a really smart heads-up play.
Yep. And when he does turn that skate, that was it. And it goes in, and he thinks about it for a minute, then he celebrates. So it stood, and that's the goal. And here's C-Mac as he knocks that one home. We'll see that from the backside here. But a good chance here that Colin McIntosh knocking that through at the last second. And despite the goal being knocked off, it goes in, and that gets us back to 1-1.
That was a bouncing puck that Colin McIntosh actually had to collect to tap in. It wasn't just laying there for him. That hand-eye coordination, spectacular.
He's had a few of them where he's just taken them out of the air, and you just think, how did he do that? But, you know, just especially the ones just knee height, it's an amazing skill he has.
Great hand-eye coordination. One of the leading goal scorers and point scorers of the NZIHL here in New Zealand over the last few years. And this tournament, he's leading New Zealand in goals and assists.
Yep. So I think just generally, again, I kind of brought up what I think needs to change for either side here. We'll see how the adjustments go. But I also wanted to kind of interject. It felt like New Zealand really doesn't fear Bulgaria the way that they were careful with Georgia. So we'll see how it goes here.
Period 2 about to get underway here at the Dunedin Ice Stadium. It's Bulgaria up against the host nation, New Zealand. New Zealand in white, Bulgaria in red. Hudilov and McIntosh to take the draw. Comes back for New Zealand. Hampson will dump this one in, and Carey with a man to chase it down low. But Bulgaria with a nice quick out. Hudilov trying to get to the front and doesn't get a shot away. Shot from long range, knocked down in front by Bulgaria. New Zealand don't get the clear though. That was the second opportunity.
Nakov getting in the business again.
McIntosh is that line again. Pulls up in the corner. Still with it. in behind for Eden. Eden spins. Turns back towards the net. Trying to get it in front. Finds feet. He goes in front. Oh, and trying to knock it out of the air was Carey. But the floating pass was over the stick. To Sealand. Diekoff. To Hudloff, who gets taken out by Carey. Just tried to jump over him. And arm stays down. No. Oh, yes, it does.
That's an icing call.
That's an icing from the Lionsmen.
Yeah, what a fantastic play here by Jacob Carey. He just absolutely takes out the puck carrier, and smartly so. Let's see if we can see that there. Nothing wrong with that. Plays the puck and gets it, and it's just unfortunately icing.
McIntosh gets the draw out to the side for Amson. Kept in by Bulgaria. They played in behind the net. And New Zealand break it out. Carey. It's got Ortis and McIntosh going towards the net. Goes towards McIntosh, just in front of him. Goes all the way to the corner. It'll come out to the neutral zone. It's a layup, listed behind. Diekoff with Konstantin Diekoff. Laid it off for Dilkoff. And out comes Mitchell Frere. Plays it up to Ortis. Just off the stick of Orr, he poked it ahead. Sent around the boards by Georgiev. Stepping up is Daigle. He's got players going towards the net. He gets hit off the puck by Georgiev. And a great work from the defender there. Up the middle. Zalaev pulls up. Lays it off. Shot. Down low, looking for that play out back in front was number 22, Vasilev. Or gets to McDonald. McDonald's got some pace. Shoots! And it's up high into the netting.
So one of the interesting things we've seen, Ivan Dalmato, not on the ice. We haven't been waiting to see him come out. And I've noticed there have been a couple of situations where they've changed up a little bit of the lines, making sure that it all works, and a couple of extra shifts. But it turns out he's not dressed tonight, so not sure exactly what's going on there, but missing Dalmato for New Zealand.
Face off in the Bulgarian zone. Comes back for New Zealand. Shot on net, but played out by Dimitrov. That was Hayward Jones with a long shot. Hayward Jones, brother of Jamie Jones from the New Zealand women's team. They played here a couple of weeks ago. Dylan Devlin, the Dunedin native, plays his hockey up in Queenstown now. But the home crowd knows their own. They'd love to see Devlin score here tonight. We've already seen a number of Dunedin locals score in this tournament. Pachev pulls up, tried to turn it back down. Devlin backhands it across to Lockie Frere. He's going to dump it into the corner. And Devlin up against Charlie Off. Podolsky plays it to the neutral zone. Luke Simon turns away from his man and gets to Lockie Frere, who'll just lay it into the zone. Bulgaria, big pass across ice off the stick of Pachev. Sent back in by Bulgaria. They want to get a change, so they've got plenty of time to do that as Hayward Jones waited. Carey to Eden. Back to Carey, just in behind him. He has it in the corner. He's got a couple of defensive players on top of him, and he can try and win it away. It'd be good work. Still here on the half boards, but Bulgaria come away with it. They're just going to regroup here. Coming out from behind his own net is Konstantin Diekoff. Knocked away. Here comes Amson. Eden's in the middle. Amson. Delane shooting off the side of the net. Picks it up behind. Has it in the corner. Knocked off his stick. Here comes Bulgaria. Martin Narkov shooting out of the glove of Chuba. Up the boards by New Zealand. It'll come out of the zone. McIntosh will pick it up. Trying to dangle through the middle, gets through, still there for New Zealand, but it's poked away by Dimitrov. McIntosh just about got himself through the defence there. Hudelov can't get through. Eden with a good stick, lays it off for Regan. And a shot for ex-Rusky Jones goes high, and they've scored. Oh, how did they work that one in the short side?
Tucking it in tight against those pads.
It's Regan.
Alex Regan is going past the bench, getting the high fives for New Zealand as they go up here 2-1. Let's take a look at this.
Did some shoveling.
Oh, let's take a look at that.
Let's try that one again.
All right, there's a great stick work from Eden. Just poked it off. And here's Regan. Here's a shot there that goes high by Rusky Jones. That was...
See that? Yeah. Just shovel. Just a hard, brute shovel.
Chris Eden was there first, trying to get it through that tight gap. Oh, nice keep in by Rusky Jones. And then Regan just followed up as the puck was just, must have been just sitting there, right on the crease.
And Regan's hopping, he just laid a big hit on, I think it was Zalaev.
Bulgaria play the puck in. Going after it is Miroslav Vasiliev. Daigle up the left-hand side. Gains the zone. Going across for Rusky Jones off his stick. He'll turn it back in behind. Dylan Devlin back on the ice. Plays it to the point. Simon tried to get it to the centre. He'll go back and pick it up. Out in front of Chalice. And it's there for Bulgaria. Long cross-ice pass into the middle. It's there for Devlin. Shoots into the breadbasket, looking for the puck, and oh, the goalie has just slashed at Dylan Devlin. Dimitrov not happy there.
There was no whistle, and Devlin was just digging for it.
And the overhead slash from Dimitrov. Let's take a closer look at that here.
He's playing to the whistle, and that's just a straight hack. I have no idea why the referee didn't put his arm up, but we'll see if there's any discipline handed out here. As of right now, I don't believe there is.
Well, we know Dylan Devlin loves to be the, not an instigator, but he loves being a nuisance. Here's the replay in it. Yeah, it was jammed in between the pad and the post.
He just shoveled at it, just kept poking, and yeah, Regan, beautiful work.
That one there from Eden was so close. And
yes,
here comes Regan.
Regan just says, I'll have a go.
And I can't imagine Dimitrov would have been happy about that either.
No, nobody's.
But he didn't. It wasn't frozen, so yeah, Regan had all the rights in the world, and the puck was in between his pads. Whistle hadn't gone. Devlin just goes for it.
He's only playing to the whistle.
And we've got Matt Chavez is watching very closely. The
so there will be a call for slashing here. They did have a discussion about it. Obviously, Dimitrov will not be serving it, but we'll see who is. At least it looked like the referee gave a slash symbol at the last.
Dylan Devlin is in the box for New Zealand.
Apparently, this is more of a retaliatory slash that they're calling. And it's going to be a power play for Bulgaria.
I don't see where Dylan Devlin retaliated there. They must have deemed that his play of the puck when the whistle hadn't gone was the penalty. So it's a power play for Bulgaria. So they're going to go to work here with the extra man. And Taliov down to Narkov. Back to Hudelov at the point. Down low. Narkov trying to work his way to the front. Puck comes out. Good clearance from New Zealand. New Zealand out there with Ampson and Burns, McIntosh and Regan.
And they've changed up a little bit. They're a bit more 1-3-1 as they entered in the last time. That's a change from the first period in their first power play.
Charlioff got it in. Puck comes out though. Fighting for it is Regan.
Offside's the call here.
Tough to see the puck down there on the blue line with the
The standing room only crowd too.
Yeah. It must have just been bounced around there. So I really don't understand how. I mean, I know they could call the slash there for Dylan Devlin poking at the pads there, but
playing to the whistle. He was playing to the whistle.
Yeah.
That was.
Hey, let's not go on with that too much because
No.
we've got a game ahead of us. We've got
Yes.
Zaliev winning the puck back to Vasilev, and the captain Konstantin Dilkov. Sorry, not Dilkov. Bulgaria taking their time here. From behind their own net. Coming up the ice is Vasilev. Gets it to Dilkov. Quick pull up. Dilkov. Vasilev. Long range shot off the pads of Chuba. Into the corner. And that's a good clearance from Mitchell Frere.
Just under 40 seconds left in this penalty.
Bulgaria having a really hard time getting out from the corners, and they can't cycle or run the blue line here. That's looking very good for a New Zealand kill. There's the first one.
Vasilev, long range shot, and it's through. And Bulgaria score on the power play, tying the game up at 2 apiece.
Vasilev's shot from the blue line was hard to see, and it was not gloved cleanly by Chaba, and that's what we'll see on the replay here as it goes out. It's cycled for the first time. Looks like it got snapped, but it goes behind. And if we have that one from behind here, you'll see this is a screen by his own player.
Yeah.
And it just comes in behind, and then that ties us up 2-2.
Out of the glove of Chaba Kirchamagush, and it's tied here. Yeah, just that late screen by the New Zealander going for the block probably just took his eyes away just for a brief second. Pedotsky will throw it in. New Zealand don't get it out. Hayward Jones got it up to Eden. Eden will find Carey. Going across to McIntosh, who's kicked on net. And Dimitrov got the save. Hayward Jones trying to get this through. Still there. And behind the net for Carey. Puts it out in front for McIntosh. Trying to wrap it around. Can't do it. Back out to Hayward Jones. Shooting low. Goes in behind the net. Kicked away by number 4, Bogomil Dikov. Carey knocked off his stick. He picks up the loose puck though. Towards the net. And Bulgaria turn it over. Chris Eden shooting. Nice block in front by Satanimirov. Across to Sandoy, trying to get the shot through, but another block as Bulgaria getting in front of these shots here. Sent down ice, and that'll be an icing against Bulgaria.
Yeah, this is going to be a very important possession because you can't change if you're Bulgaria on this one, right? So
right.
They've been out there for a while.
New Zealand, though. Looks like it, yes.
It does. So that will allow
Just
for the change. 2 minutes for looked like holding, but don't know where that happened exactly. Maybe we have it on replay. We'll see, but that changes the dynamic of exactly what's going on here quite a bit. They've got fresh legs out there. They're 5-on-4 for 2 minutes, and we'll see if Bulgaria can take advantage of it.
Sadly, they were hemmed in. New Zealand had them hemmed in, and then that penalty came up.
Well, New Zealand's on the penalty kill here. They've already given up 2 power play goals here tonight. Ian Ordis is going to be the first man to get there, but the goalkeeper, Dimitrov, played it out to the corner. Ordis trying to eat up some time here, put good pressure on the players at the back. Hudloff played it back for Dikov, and here's Hudloff again. To the point. And across the ice. Up the top, just off the stick, and that's come out of the zone, and Hudloff, as he played it back in, gets the offside call against him.
That was Otis putting that pressure on high on the blue line.
Yeah, once again, that forecheck on the on the penalty kill for New Zealand, disrupting the Bulgaria power play deep and keeping them from setting up, which has been key to their defense so far. It's the end of the power play that they need to really watch out for here.
Puck comes all the way back to Dimitrov on the draw. Konstantin Dikov pulling up on the boards, land to the middle. Looking for the shot, a big rebound, and this time there's a cover by Chaba Ketchamaguch in net for New Zealand.
That's exactly the same as the goal. Vasilev on the blue line, unfettered access to the puck and taking a shot. This time just got a little bit of a better lane to see that puck and get a glove on it, but that's the only difference really.
Yeah, that was Miroslav Vasilev looking for the tip in front as he just flashed across the front of the paint. Chalice can't win the race, and Vasilev keeps it in. Now's a chance to clear it out for Daigle. Doesn't get it out. It's kept in the corner by Bulgaria.
Penalty coming up here.
And it looks like Mitchell Freer is going to get a penalty against him.
Hit to the back.
For a slash.
Slash.
So New Zealand not doing themselves any favours here in this game, taking too many penalties. And after giving up 2 goals already, it's just not going to work for them if they keep doing it.
So they've got a 5-on-3 coming up for officially it'll be 41 seconds. We'll see if it's exactly right, but 41 seconds. But the 5-on-3 always dangerous here. It's not only whether they score or not, they're really going to put some pressure on these penalty killers. And this will be a pivotal point in the game for Bulgaria.
Yeah, and it's tiring for the New Zealand team as well to be doing this. McIntosh broke up the play with his stick. Bulgaria working their way down, closer and closer, going off the shot there. New Zealand can't clear it. Vasilev out in front. Georgiev couldn't pull the trigger. And that was another centering attempt by Dilkov. New Zealand get the clear. Amsden able to win the race to the puck in the corner. Get it out. They got 1 change, 2 change maybe for New Zealand. Was it just the 1? In comes Zalaev, Georgiev. New Zealand with a late change there.
Oh, we're back to 5-on-4.
No, it's still...
Yeah, 5-on-4.
Oh, 5-on-4, yes. Of course, Chaba makes a good save.
So they killed that 5-on-3.
Yes.
Devlin's back out there.
Good spotting, boys.
And that is Dilkov just begging for that. Look at him pounding the stick after this play. And why not? Because he walks in on this one. He gets a good chance. He should be begging for that puck because New Zealand was overcommitted on the strong side.
New Zealand desperate for a kill here. Charlie to Hudolov, who's looking for the shot. Gets deflected out to the corner. Charlie Hudolov, point man, long shot. That's over the top of the net. And couldn't catch up to it. Was Gatchev. Comes out to the zone.
Just over 40 seconds left in that penalty to New Zealand.
Gatchev sends it in. Sandoy's got an opportunity here. Didn't have enough time to get the clear, but following up was Devlin. Puts it up ice. And New Zealand are 30 seconds away from killing off this power play. Looking for the stretch pass. It's away from the player, and so that's going to be icing as Daigle wins the race.
And that's an important icing because that's going to kill a lot of time for what's left here. New Zealand doing a really good job on this penalty kill and kind of figured something out here because they've kept Bulgaria off balance the entire 320 that they've been up so far. So good work for them.
McIntosh won the drawback. Burns puts it down low. Bulgaria with the puck. Dikov lays it off. And they enter the zone. Bulgaria set themselves up here for a short stint with an extra man. Looking across ice and great break up by McIntosh. Gets it to Carey. Looking at the time. Knows he's got to kill off a few more seconds. Nice layoff to Amsden, who couldn't find the puck cleanly. Shot away. Just floated in behind the net. But it's back to 5-on-5. Nice break up by Eden. Finds Carey. Pops it ahead. He's got McIntosh with him. Takes a shot. It goes wide of the corner. Bulgaria. Vasilev up the left-hand side. Going for the short-handed side shot. He's in behind the net. Goes to the point. Long range shot blocked out in front. Backhand attempt goes wide. Vasilev throwing it back towards there. And New Zealand get the clear. Carey
Got a 2-on-2 if he's quick.
steps in. Tried to feed it softly through to Eden. Bulgaria clear it out. Just off the stick of McIntosh. Bulgaria with the puck. New Zealand struggling for some possession here in the second period. Luke Simon gets taken out.
It's a penalty coming up on that one.
They've got the extra man on once Chuba gets off ice. Eden just had it at his skates. That'll go to Georgiev, and that'll bring the whistle for the penalty. And yep, that is number 23. Was it number 23 or 22?
Let's have a look.
It's going to be
Here
a
we go.
trip here.
Yeah, here's
23,
the
is it?
23. Yeah, just got the foot into Luke Simon's leg.
Is it a slew or a trip?
Not so much a slew, but definitely a trip. And so New Zealand now with an opportunity on the power play. Comes back for Amston. Amston shooting for that far post, looking for a tip from Atwell. Burns, Amston, shooting again, and it's in front, it's loose, and it's still loose. Where's the puck? It's not there for New Zealand. And Bulgaria get a clear up ice. That's some dangerous play in front of the net. Comes Burns. Still out there with Amston. Bogomil Dikov didn't get the clear. Amston, New Zealand's leading point scorer from 2024, takes a shot. It's into the glove of Dimitrov.
Boy, and it's Lachlan Freer paying the price, getting in front for both of them here. And let's see it on the replay, but he's really digging hard and takes the worst of it here.
Yeah, gets a big cross check in the back.
Pirotsky, I think, actually hit him awfully low, but he's going to get by with this because of the puck being where it was. But
Oh, my goodness.
yeah, dumped over there, and we continue on.
Carey puts it down low. Ortis around the boards for McIntosh. Eden to McIntosh. He's got Daigle at the point. Walks in. Goes down low. Goes in behind the net. And hard clear up ice by Bulgaria. They just missed out on Vasilev there for a quick 2-on-1 opportunity. Short-handed, but it's Daigle. Looks across for Eden. Off his skate. And turned it over. And a big clear up ice by Bulgaria. They'll get a couple of changes.
I think Vasilev left that because of the power play. He had a chance, but he probably would have taken that 5-on-5.
Carey brings it in with speed around the net. Turns it back up the boards for McIntosh, who plays it back down low. Ortis to the top.
Offsides.
Oh, was it just offside? The linesman on the spot there. Ortis with the pass back to Daigle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for New Zealand, there's a draw and will come back into the neutral zone, and this power play hasn't really been able to get a lot going.
Yeah, it was interesting given that Otis scored yesterday. He was kind of just looking around for somebody to give it up. He really had himself a chance to just jump in there. Bulgaria strangely just playing certain people strong and others just really backing off. New Zealand really looking for, they've got to find the right person to take charge here.
Back 5-on-5.
Looking across and just out of the reach of Rusky Jones. Devlin fighting for the puck in behind the net. Goes to the point. Burns shooting, deflected out to the corner. Amston puts it towards the net. Georgiev, big pass up ice. Hudolov takes a shot. And a nice save by Shaba. Puck goes past Devlin. Able to keep it in. Fights for it in the corner with Bogomil Dikov. Zalaev trying to dangle through a couple of defenders. Lost the puck and it's back out to neutral.
3 minutes. Just over 3 left in this period.
Big pass. Finds Eden. Eden across the paint for Carey, but he was well behind the defender. Didn't have a lot of opportunities to get that one. Bulgaria through the middle with Hudolov. Trying to go through the legs. Left it there. And the shot goes wide by Dikov. Carey into the pads of McIntosh and out through neutral. Bulgaria with the puck. Sealant Dikov couldn't handle it. Chris Eden will turn back, just trying to slow things down here for New Zealand. Or across to Eden, shooting low, played out by Dimitrov in behind the net. Here comes Bulgaria. Shot gets deflected in behind. Mitchell Frere. So Marcus McDonald gets it up to Joe Wall. Just couldn't handle it off the stick. McDonald though follows up, gets it in low. Around the boards, Daigle will be there for New Zealand. Waters lost it, and Bulgaria able to get a clear. Another pass, big pass up ice for Paycheck. The shot is blocked by Daigle.
McDonald's lost his stick.
Yep, McDonald needs to get off the ice if he's not going to get his stick.
He's been out there.
Chaba will just put the glove down on that one. And with 2 minutes left in the second period, New Zealand and Bulgaria are tied here. And it just feels like New Zealand's just lost a little bit of that consistency in passing. They're unable to put 2 and 3 together.
And I think you're seeing it's a result of the longer shifts and being, the benches being on the other side as they switch across for this second period. But you're right, some of the accuracy just hasn't been there that we saw in the first period, and that's concerning if you're a New Zealand fan. If you're Bulgaria, you're looking at this as this is playing right into our hands.
Nice work by Lachlan Frere to get the clear as Georgiev was trying to step into the shot. Devlin just tipped that away there from Zalaev. The puck comes out to neutral zone for Frere. Throws this one into the far corner for Chalice to chase onto it. And behind for Devlin. Looking to the front. Couldn't get it there as Hudolov was on the spot to break it up. Puck off the foot of Dikov. And Burns steps up to throw it in. Konstantin Dikov plays it to his right. Unable to go through the legs. Hayward Jones finds Atwell, whose pass to Devlin was broken up, and that'll be offside
penalty
play.
Coming up as well. That's I think he's sending off 17 Konstantin Dikov.
Yeah, we might just catch that. Looks like it's going to be interference there.
Yep.
Puck was nowhere near Frere.
Yep, that's the call. 2 minutes for interference, and it'll be New Zealand with the power play splitting the periods here.
Yeah, an opportunity here late in period 2. Putting a couple of seconds back on the clock. And 1 minute and 3 seconds here to play with the man advantage, New Zealand. They've got that top power play line out there with McIntosh. Doesn't win the draw. And Bulgaria able to get the clear up ice. Daigle's got some pressure on him by Vasilev. Daigle with some speed, flashing the hands a little bit, gets around one. Just trying to get themselves set up here in New Zealand. Ortis puts it around the boards for Carey. Carey down to Ortis. Turns back down low. Couldn't get the puck to Chris Eden in the middle, and a clear for Bulgaria. Daigle looking for the big pass. Vasiliev breaks it up. And Gatchev across to Chalyov.
One more chance here for Daigle if he can do it.
Daigle, Eden, cross shot on, right into the pads, and on the buzzer, Dimitrov with a big save there to end the period.
Zenith and is that Eden having words?
Right on the buzzer, New Zealand got probably the best opportunity of the power play so far. That was
Spectacular
Carey just
goaltending.
whipping it on there. It's Chris Eden just got the hands free. Right back into the chest of Dimitrov though. So, very tight second period, but Bulgaria able to score, to convert on the power play, giving us a 2-2 game here, man.
Yeah, the long shot for Bulgaria has been working for them. They managed to get some more traffic in front in their power play, and it's been their special teams that's held them up this afternoon. On the other side, New Zealand chopping away at it, getting a couple of opportunistic goals, really, and keeping themselves in the game, which it's been a lot of work, a lot of hard work just to get these goals. Nothing seems to be coming easy for either team at this point.
The phases that occurred during this period, there is massive control by New Zealand and then Bulgaria, and then this end-to-end happening. It was spectacular. Just a shot on net and all the way down. The energy expended all the way down, back and forth, and then penalties.
It was interesting. I think there were 4 New Zealand penalties, if not 5. We'll have to check on the count there, but I think it was at least 3 times that they were down a man, in
Or
one
2.
case 2, and how that stacked up. But they held tight. They gave up the 1 goal, but they did a pretty good job overall. But I actually think that maybe the offense didn't really get going because they just didn't have enough time to do it while they were 5-on-5. And they just didn't really get things going.
That's right. It's hard to play a game of ice hockey when you're down 1 man, let alone 2. And so I think the coaches probably wanted to talk about the discipline of the New Zealand team. A tight game like this, Dave, 1 penalty could be what makes or breaks us.
We've looked at some of those penalties, and there's like not much in them. They weren't blatant, frustration penalties. They were just a little niggle. But the other thing that's one of you mentioned was that how that drains the energy, especially a 5-on-3.
Oh yeah.
We might kill it, New Zealand might kill it, but that means that the top players are now kind of beaten up a bit and need that a couple minutes to rest.
Yeah, and might not, you might not see it in the second period, but you start to see it at the end of the third period when you're pushing for that last stretch, that skate up ice. You start to drift rather than skate, and so you're a foot short of maybe making a pass or.
I don't want to take anything away from Bulgaria, though. Their hustle there seem to be kind of just starting to creep up. Maybe they have more leg strength. We'll see how this third period goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a good one here. We're going to have a little break. We've got a third period coming up. The culmination of tonight's game. We'll see you then.
The other one. Nice of you to dress up, dear.
I mean, they're just delightful.
No mai, hoki mai. Welcome back, everyone, to the third period. It's New Zealand up against Bulgaria in this third and final game of day 4 here at the Dunedin Ice Stadium. We are tied up at 2 apiece. Goal scorers in the period for Bulgaria. We had Miroslav Vasilev and Alex Regan making it a 2-goal game. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that second period there, Matt. What do you got for us?
A lot of interesting highlights, but a lot of, well, let's just say opportunistic chances here. Let's take a quick look in front. Now, this is the goal for New Zealand, and maybe we can, so everybody's celebrating there. Let's take a look if we can see it on the back side here. Now, it's going to come back around and get stuffed off this goal. Yep, and that's the, you see it was pressed up against the pipe there for just a minute, and then it's Regan comes back and stuffs it home right there, as that's not frozen, and that made it 2-1.
Yep.
Long slap shot here by Bulgaria on the power play.
Yeah, we saw plenty of shots from the point for Bulgaria, and hey, they were successful in the end.
And when they finally started moving that around out up top, that's when they scored the goal here. And you'll see it. We'll stop it here. Now, you've got traffic, and it's this player here. I think that's Carey. It's going to be that. That's going to be the block of lane that that Chaba doesn't see this puck as it comes through. And when he does, guys, do you think this was tipped in front of Chaba here?
Let's have another look.
Let's have another look here.
The screen, it comes from behind the New Zealand player, but yeah, that's a tough one to see if it's tipped there.
Either way, it was effective, and it got past Chaba in that situation there. That made it 2-2, and the rest of the period was a tight one. Another chance out top, and Chaba's up for that. That's the one where he had a better look at it. When you see this one, the difference here is you have a lane cleared out here. So Callum Burns doing a great job here of keeping his player out of the lane and allowing Chaba to see that puck come in. And when he does, he can make the glove save there.
Same set play, though. Shot from the high slot or the point.
And here's another one from Amston. He had a good chance as that's dug around. And that's the physicality of Bulgaria taking over at the end there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the referee missed one here, but this it's quite a big cross check in the back of Lachlan Freer there.
Yeah.
So you're lucky to get away with one there, the Bulgarian.
Yeah, I think so. And the referee's over there, so surprised a little bit.
Referee's right in front of
Yeah.
us.
Oh, no,
Right
you're
at the feet
right.
of referee.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. He's actually, no, you're right. He's looking
He
the other
almost
way.
got involved in that
He
cross
almost
check.
did. Maybe that's why it wasn't called. Sorry, I didn't see his cuff there because of the it's
red,
right on the
red,
red on red there. So anyway, that's what happens when you do
Yeah,
live
it's
TV,
all
right?
we're all into the third period
That's
now,
right.
and none of it matters.
None of it
We're
matters.
Tie game.
You're
Yep.
exactly right. 20 minutes to figure this out. And the tournament itself, this has big implications whether it goes to overtime or not. We'll talk about overtime permutations if it comes up. Let's not go there yet. But both of these teams fighting for a podium finish and a regulation win will almost assuredly give it to whoever it is that wins.
Battle to the right to the end.
Yes, it's tied up at 2. It's very close. Could go either way. Penalties could come down to it here. New Zealand will start period 3 on the power play. It's about 55 seconds on the power play, and if they get themselves off to a good start here with an early power play goal, that could be what leads them into getting more momentum for the rest of the period.
It was Wednesday night where we were in a very tight match between Thailand and New Zealand opened the floodgates immediately with a power play goal just 30 seconds into the third period, and everything changed. So they'll be looking to do exactly that rerun as we get started for the third period. A man up for New Zealand, Bulgaria on the penalty kill.
Yeah, they've got. They're going to have to take one of those players off the ice because they've got 5 on there at the moment. I'm not sure if they remember they're on the power play, on the penalty kill.
The referee's just double checking this.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they're going to see you up here, Matt.
Nope, probably not, but I'm going to still...
Referees.
I'm going to let everybody know anyways.
It should definitely be... Yeah, Paychef is going to go off the ice.
Yeah.
I think New Zealand knew about it.
Yeah.
New Zealand bench was
New Zealand wasn't going to let that puck drop with an extra player on the ice.
Hey,
for sure.
they just need to slip out a sixth one, didn't
That's
they?
it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need an extra man. All right. Hudeloff will take the draw up against Colin McIntosh.
Boy, he's done some heavy lifting today, Hudeloff.
Oh, yeah. He's out there a lot.
Controlling that penalty kill and the power play.
Two of the leading scorers for each team out there on the face-off draw. But Bulgaria with the win, they got it down ice. Kerry will have to start from his own zone. Dropped it off for Daigle. Such a good skater. Gets it to McIntosh just over the blue line. Walking it down the left-hand side. Takes it in low. To front. Eden put a shot on. It's in behind. And Kerry, that was Kerry. Couldn't collect on the shot. Knock off his shot into the pads of Daigle, but Hudeloff swoops in, picks up the loose puck and plays it down low to Charlioff.
Killing a lot of time here is Bulgaria. They have to let that one go, though.
10 seconds left.
Devlin left it for Eden, walking in to the front and couldn't get a shot away. Charlioff did a good job just getting the stick in front of him. And here comes Silov.
Spectacular defending.
Throws it to the middle. A man alone takes a shot, loose in the crease, but a New Zealander there clears it up. That was Devlin. That was Zalaev all alone. Bit of a defensive breakdown from New Zealand there. The man was coming off the bench. Gatchev throws it in from long distance. Burns will play it back for Amson. He leaves it for Chalice though.
New Zealand seems to be losing that sense of urgency. Kind of a little flat at the moment.
Yeah, they need to bring some speed into their game.
Yeah, put some pep in the step.
Start connecting those passes. Just off the stick of Lachlan Frere. And Burns lost it as well. Up to Georgiev. Fanned on the shot. Puts it in behind.
Opens the door. Almost exits.
Yeah, there's an exit sign there, and I think they took that too literally. That is the stop in play. It's just the board that opens up the gate over there. If you can see that, that there actually is literally an exit sign there, and that broke open as the check went in there, and they're going to have to double check that one as.
It's a surprise for the standing room only crowd over in the corner.
Yeah, they almost got a up close and personal autograph.
Be part of the game for real. Sandoy plays it behind his net. And he goes back around the boards through the neutral zone. It's going to go all the way down for Icene.
Don't know why that puck was dropped in that corner though. Is that because of the
proximity of it?
Proximity of the event.
So in this case, you've got all 5 players back out there. You've got New Zealand kind of waiting to break this out. And Bulgaria actually been bossing the play here for the first couple of minutes, even though they were a man down for a little while. They're looking offensive right now.
Yeah, New Zealand need to get the puck. They need to hold on to it, look after it, really make sure that the passes are going to stick. Regan's trying to chase this one down. Fighting for it in the corner. Gets kept in by Sandoy. Ortis backhands it towards the net. Still the loose shot. Regan following up and knocks over the defender in front. But the puck is covered. The whistle comes.
Yeah, there were 4 different physical battles, all of them won by New Zealand in this case. You'll see it as it goes into the sideboard there. That's a little bit different where the replay is, but the physical beating that New Zealand put on Bulgaria during that shift made that shot possible, and it came very close to making it 3-2.
It was Alex Regan just about all by himself.
Yeah, one-man band.
Regan's had the best game for New Zealand so far for me.
That was the inability of them to clear it, of the Bulgarians to clear that puck, and Regan causing that.
Dale fires this one down low. Eden with it. Back to Daigle. He had pressure on him right away, but he won the puck. Takes it down low.
Carey's trip there. That'll be a penalty on Bulgaria.
Look for the extra man now. Daigle to the middle. Stepping through is Mitchell Frere. Couldn't get the pass across to Eden, who was begging for it. But no time with the sixth attacker on for New Zealand. They'll go on the power play here. Another opportunity to start this third period. A trip interference on Jacob Carey there as Daigle was taking it down low.
And it'll be Georgiev going off for 2 minutes.
Tomislav Georgiev for 2. New Zealand really need to convert on one of these power plays here tonight.
Yes. Last night, or Wednesday night, they kind of cracked that nut, but now they just have to keep going with it.
Long shot is deflected high, bounces down, and off a skate of a Bulgarian and all the way down. Carey.
No icing there. That wasn't called off.
No, because penalty.
Play
oh, that's right.
For New
That's
Zealand,
right.
of course. Carey has it. Shooting off the side of the net.
Oh, that had my heart going.
And able to get it clear, Bulgaria. They get some fresh legs out there for the penalty kill. Daigle left it for Ortis. Ortis will throw this one in. Dimitrov will play it. Stepping into it, long shot, and played out by Dimitrov. McIntosh down low for Ortis. Back to McIntosh on the left. For Ortis in behind. Carey to Daigle. And that play picked off by Georgia, but they don't get it clear. Pass just in front of Carey. Carey with it. Shooting. Rebound. And Bulgaria get the clear up ice.
Bulgaria read that. They know that Colin McIntosh is the commander on that play. They knew that they were trying to get it back to him, and they were able to almost intercept that. Deflected anyway.
Chalice throws it in behind, and on the sideboards is Burns. But Bulgaria with another easy clear.
There's only 15 seconds left in this penalty to Bulgaria.
Stefan Amston.
This Chuba.
Lost to Burns. Steps in, trying to get to the middle. And picked off by Zaliev. Bogomil Dikov didn't get it out of the zone.
Penalty coming up. This one's on
New Zealand.
Atwell.
Puck goes to the Callum Burns. That'll bring us the whistle and trading penalties. It's Bulgaria who will go on the power play now.
So those same players that were on the power play now have to defend on a penalty
Penalty kill.
kill. So that energy we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, it's hard work being on special teams on both sides, and especially when things are not getting converted, then you really start to feel it. Atwell taking that was a bit of a surprise, actually. I don't think he intended to try to take a penalty there, but guilty nonetheless.
Hudilov plays it across to Gatchev. Gatchev with it to the point for Hudilov.
Missing stick down low.
That's
Sandoy. Yeah, Sandoy without a stick. Charlioff fanned on the shot. Carey reached out but couldn't get the puck away from him. Sandoy still without a stick. He takes a defender's stick and shot blocked by McIntosh.
He's taking Carey's stick. Yeah. Sandoy has.
Luckily, they're all mostly right-handers. Shot goes blocked in front. It's still loose in front. It's on the far side.
And McIntosh gathers that up and fires it out, giving everybody a breather.
Yeah, they needed that. They were going to get a fresh change. All four players for New Zealand get their change.
A minute left in that penalty to Carey.
Knock off. Got to the front and couldn't take a shot. That was Gatchev who couldn't pull the trigger. He was on his backhand.
Vasilev all open here.
Hudilov. Across. the ice, couldn't handle the pass, was Zalev. Up to Hudilov. Long range shot. It's in the glove of Chuba. And a nice save from him. There's no rebound there.
There's a lot of clutter in front there for that shot. But he seemed to see it.
New Zealand holding on the penalty kill here.
Yeah, they've made an adjustment to really just kind of pressure that top side. They've gone to more of a diamond. They're not giving the top blue line player enough time to get that side to side, and that's making a pretty big difference disrupting Bulgaria thus far.
Zalev doesn't win the draw for Bulgaria, and fanning on the clear was Mitchell Freer. Lost it, Bulgaria. Regan's going to get it, puts it around the board, and it'll come all the way out. And less than 20 seconds left on the power play for Bulgaria. Vasilev. Big pass across ice, up to Zalev. Zalev looking across ice, is deflected up high, hits the netting on the far side. Impressive to do that, really.
3 seconds left in that penalty.
Yeah, faceoff's going to be in the offensive zone here for Bulgaria. They're going to try to do the classic pullback here and just try to get a shot off quickly. But for the most part, New Zealand's done a really good job on special teams, especially on the penalty kill in the last half of this game. They've adjusted, they figured it out, and the referees have found the puck, which is also just as important to get this game going again.
Stanamirov will take the draw for Bulgaria. He wins it. They get it back to the point, but it's floated away over to the far side and no one there. So that'll do it for the power play for Bulgaria, and New Zealand have survived another one. Burns to Chalice. Through the middle, picked off. That's Stanamirov. Takes a shot, it's out of the glove of Chuba. New Zealand hard clear, doesn't get out though. Looking for the shot. Played in behind. Another one in front. And Chalice has the loose puck. He's going to come up ice. He's got Amston with him. Looking for the pass in front. Still has it. Going in front. Amston puts it wide. Devlin from the point comes in and pinches. Keeps it in. Chalice creates some space. Looking across for the tip on the far side. That was Devlin there. Freer trying to win the puck. Can't do so. Bulgaria getting some changes. And Podolski will turn it back. Up ice for Paychev. Amston with it. Finds Burns. Looks across the ice to Eden. Will bring it in. Puts it through the legs. Trying to go forehand and shovel it in. Following up was Carey. It's still loose. Goes in behind the net. And New Zealand fighting hard in front of the net to get the goal. Here goes. Another chance. McIntosh is just tipped away from him. McIntosh off the stick of Eden. Still got it. Firing it. Loose and puck, and a great save from Dimitrov. Bulgaria get it out of the zone. Narkov chasing up against Hayward Jones. Almost turned it over. They played up the boards, New Zealand. It's Carey. Turns it back for McIntosh. They got numbers here. Bring it in. McIntosh to the point for Jones, shooting low and kicked out by Dimitrov. Still there for New Zealand with McIntosh. Shooting into the glove. It's loose behind the net. Eden dancing with it. It's around the boards for Hayward Jones. Traffic in front. Eden leaves it for Hayward Jones. Couldn't get the shot through. Still there for New Zealand. Putting a shot on into the...
This first line, Eden, Carey, Hayward Jones, McIntosh.
Yeah, they're playing exceptionally well. They're definitely the only ones really for New Zealand creating these dangerous chances in front.
Repetitive, just bang, bang, bang. Not able to get it in though. Spectacular goaltending.
Yeah, that particular line is doing a great job of not allowing Bulgaria out of their zone, and that's what's giving them the repeated offensive chances. But Devlin did a great job of it just before that, and that's why it feels like it's been so long.
Backhand shot goes in behind. It's Joe Waugh. Leaves it for Ian Ordis. They're cycling it down low. Regan has it. Big chance there for Daigle. Couldn't put it through. As he crept down low, Daigle fighting for it. Gets it taken off him. And Vasiliev lost it just as he went into the zone. They step in. Diekoff, numbers. Orr with Ian Ordis trying to put it back to Orr. Or maybe the shot was just off the stick. Ordis with possession. Turns it back. Ordis will pick this one up and put it back in behind. Regan's fighting with Diekoff over there. Zalaev. Oh, that'll be offside.
Offside, yes. That little tip just slowed it down enough.
So an interesting adjustment here in this line. It's you're starting to see Daigle come up and play more of an offensive role, almost a fourth forward in this situation. And again, more pressure. But we get back to what we've been talking about before. It's got to be converted. You can have all the pressure you want, but if you don't put it in, it doesn't really matter.
Played out of the zone by Burns. Just a wee flipper. McMullen crossed to his defensive partner and played up by Bulgaria. Just the big pass and tip it in. No real pressure here on Amston. Amston just away from Devlin. Couldn't hold the pass. He's going to try and chase this down, but not quick enough to beat Bogomil Diekoff. And it'll be icing against New Zealand.
Guys, I think it's an interesting approach to both clubs playing carefully. It just doesn't feel like anybody wants to give up a man advantage or a counterattack here, and that seems to be the priority. No counterattack, no problem, but it also at this point means no offense, no problem.
We'll do that one again. It's Hudilov on the draw for Bulgaria, and it's Dylan Devlin for New Zealand. Straight back, kick save by Chaba. Around the boards. Kept in by Bulgaria. Around the top. Shot from Tchalov. Chaba made a kick save and cleared out by Burns. This will not make it for icing. Charlie off will play it backhand off the boards. Hudilov, nice play. Shot on, that goes behind the net. It's going to ring around the boards. First man there is New Zealand. McIntosh with Carey, he has to delay. Does well, McIntosh's shot is deflected. It's in behind. And played out by Bulgaria. Amston pinching in. Can he keep it down low? Yes, he can. Amston, he gets taken down. No play, no penalty on the play there. Narkov finds Pachev.
I think Bulgaria really lucky to get away with that one there, as the referee judged that it was part of the play, but it looked probably maybe a little worse than it was, but we play on.
Big pass up to Eden. He's got two defenders trying to go to the middle. Kicks it, shoots! Oh, put it wide of the left-hand post. Still there for New Zealand. Carey. Can't win the puck in the battle down low. And Hudilov will settle things down for Bulgaria.
They're settling down a lot here. Just really patient, Bulgaria, to move out.
Yeah, he does like to take his time, Hudilov. I've seen him on the point a few times, looking very casual, but then making the pass. Or plays it across to his Thunder teammate, Ordis. Left it for Regan, who lost it. Vasiliev had his pass picked off. And Georgiev steps in, leaves it for Dilkov. Played by Daigle. He's had it tipped in behind the net. Daigle from behind his own net, steps out. Gets it to Joe Waugh. Joe Orr trying to dangle around a couple of players. Pulls up on the half boards and turned it over. Zalayev lost it as he was trying to go around Daigle. And it's up the middle of the ice.
No,
they call ice in here.
No,
17
17 was trying to play it and then held up. Dikov.
Over the blue line. Can't take the shot. Lachlan Fred couldn't handle the pass. It goes all the way back from McMullen. McMullen, big pass up to Pechev. Turned back by Podolski. These teams both sort of missing on a few passes up through the middle, looking for the long ones. Lachlan Frere across to Chalice. He's got Devlin in front, looking for the tip. He gets taken down. Dikov lost it as he entered the zone. Lachlan Frere couldn't get it to the middle. Puck played down deep by McMullen. Bulgaria will go for a change, and with under 5 minutes here, it's still tied at 2-2. New Zealand and Bulgaria going at it. Big pass, just past Jacob Carey. That'll be icing as the linesman judges that Nikola Charlioff was going to get there first. Here's Chris Eden going through two and then kicking it to himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, the defense that was there, the two players that held everything up just enough. You'll see Dimitrov able to go across the crease and be in the right position to make that save. It doesn't take much, but that's the kind of defense that's just enough to get a stop.
And one of New Zealand's preeminent scorers, Chris Eden, there had the game on its stick, couldn't finish it. We remain tied. Pass in front, played out by New Zealand. Pass was in front of Chris Eden. And Charlioff looks across to his defensive partner, Yanaki Gatchev. Gatchev across the ice. Pulling up. Dikov puts it down low. Knocked away from him. Still there for Bulgaria. Rudolph couldn't get the pass. He turns and takes a shot, but it's deflected by Eden. New Zealand looking for these big stretch passes now. You can just see Eden.
That's a penalty coming up for interference against Carey. It'll be, I think, number 10, Hudlov.
I think not. Is it 9 though? He's very unhappy.
It is Dikov. Yes, it's
sealing Dikov.
Let's have a look at that.
It's just unnecessary too. This was tired play.
Oh, I just left that little leg out behind, didn't he?
Slew, the old slew foot.
So the interesting part here, once again, you've got a couple of teams that are trying to make the long pass to take advantage, but that is a result of tired legs and the tired bodies on both sides. So this special teams is going to be very important for New Zealand to put a lot of pressure on Bulgaria.
Unable to score in the power play tonight, New Zealand. Can they make it work here? They don't win the draw, and the Bulgaria able to get the clear out. Vasilev putting pressure on Burns. And another pass that doesn't work out for New Zealand. Burns almost turned it over. Bit messy here for New Zealand. They need possession, and they need it soon.
Bulgaria is playing very well as defending this.
Freer to the middle. Shooting, doesn't get it through. And Konstantin Dikov across to Vasilev. Shot goes high and wide. Bulgaria with the puck playing this like they've got the extra men at the moment. They've got possession, they clear it up ice. And
nope, mistake.
Yeah, that's a whistle that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. They've been playing so well there that the linesman thought, oh, yeah, that's icing.
Yep.
But here's the thing. I missed one earlier. They missed one. We're good. We're even now. So center ice face-off on that for the incorrect call, so that's why it's going there. Doesn't seem like there's anything else going on, but there's 5 players out there for Bulgaria at the moment.
Yeah,
it's still a power play.
Miroslav Vasiliev having a word with the refs. New Zealand get their top power play unit out there. And a defensive unit of Hudilov, Charliov, Dikov, and I think that's Satana Medov. Here comes Ordis, enters the zone, and puts around the boards over for Jacob Carey. Carey across to McIntosh. McIntosh shoots! And nice save by Dimitrov. Bulgaria don't get the clear. Still there for McIntosh. Daigle's at the point. McIntosh to Ordis. Daigle turns it back for McIntosh. Daigle steps in, shoots, scores! Top shelf for Dimitrov. Justin Daigle.
Upstairs.
So where we keep, what do we keep up there, Dave?
Where Norman keeps his mother.
Oh yeah, baby.
So this particular power play differs by a lot. They changed, allowing Daigle to have some space, but then to also walk in. So when we see this, it'll rotate around. This is McIntosh's first shot there. And then when the goal happens, there's a lot of pressure right in front of the net, and there's just nothing for Dimitrov to see. And then when Daig takes the shot from there, it finds just under the crossbar, and that makes it 3-2 for New Zealand.
Justin Daigle puts New Zealand in the lead with the go-ahead goal.
2 minutes.
Not long left for Bulgaria here.
They're going to pull out all the stops, Bulgaria will.
Big pass across ice. Doesn't find its mark, but it's not icing. Konstantin Dikov looking for the pass across ice, is picked off by Chalice. Georgiev doesn't get it past Chalice, who steps into the zone. Leaves it for Devlin, who tried to get it across to Freer. Chalice played it up the boards. Vasiliev trying to step in. Puts it through the middle, and it's played out safely by New Zealand.
Dimitrov looking for the call, but they haven't pulled him off yet.
Bulgaria taking off the puck. No call there. Still here for Bulgaria. Georgiev at the point. Got the puck down low, but Daigle got there first. Devlin pulls up, trying to kill some time. Daigle. Nice pass up to Carey. Carey's got a step. Goes to the backhand, forehand. Can't get it through. Dimitrov gets the cover. And the whistle goes. You got to look at the replay of the power play goal for Justin Daigle. Nice little back and forth play. And then Daigle's just got time here to step in.
And just enough traffic that Dimitrov really has no chance here to see it. Timeout being called on the ice by Bulgaria.
Where's the traffic? Who's in front? We've got Ian Ordis and number 4 going at it, Bogomil Dikov.
You mentioned it earlier, Matt, that back and forth McIntosh Daigle, and Daigle continued. First time he was quite tight to the boards, and he kept stepping into the center, and perhaps they expected a back pass back to McIntosh. Instead, he took the shot.
Yeah, and like I said, Dimitrov just can't see it. It's
Clutter.
not on him.
Chaos and
you're
clutter.
there looking for the puck, and as soon as he spots what's going on, it's over his left shoulder already.
It's too late.
So the interesting part, Bulgaria is still not able to get their goaltender off with the amount of time left, which is about a minute, and because of that, no sustained pressure by Bulgaria. They really need to put the hammer down here if they want to get this third goal. They've got 60 seconds to do it, and they are running out of time quickly.
Yeah, it's top line up against top line here with a minute to go in Dunedin. These teams playing for their tournament, really. The win for New Zealand puts them in good position here.
I'm not counting any chickens yet.
No, Bulgaria need this win to stay in the hunt for a medal.
Kudinov not happy with this puck drop thing.
Comes back for New Zealand, but it's gone past Burns. He's just going to turn and fire this one back in. Jacob Carey will put some pressure on Charliov. He gets it out, finds Narkov, throws it on to Chuba. And Hudeloff didn't get enough on it. Got the empty net down on the Bulgaria end. Looking for the play out in front. It goes through the blue paint. Charlie off in the corner, puts it down low. Chopped away. Amson does a good job. He fires it. Kicked out by Hudeloff. Did a really good job of keeping that one in.
Bit of soccer
The
happening
left.
there.
Chance for McIntosh. He's already had one empty net there. He's just going to fire this one off the boards. That'll be icing.
Yes, he was trying for that.
Here's that goal again.
So, yeah, Chellis back to McIntosh. And then now he moves more centered.
What a well-placed shot, that one. All right, we are under 20 seconds left here. It's an empty net on Bulgaria's end. It's going to be Daniel Dilkov up against McIntosh. It's in the corner. McIntosh around the boards. Is it going to get out? It doesn't, as Konstantin Dikov keeps it in. Thrown towards the front. Played out. It's out of the zone. It's going to go all the way down.
And
I think it came off a Bulgarian player. Under 10 seconds. Players in the corner. Bulgaria need to get this one out. It's there for Zaleev. It's got Hudeloff, takes a long shot, but it doesn't count. It's not going to reach the net. And New Zealand have got away with a great victory here. A late power play goal takes them to a 3-2 win. And now they have put themselves in position for a do-or-die silver medal match up against Iceland tomorrow night. But this game, how tight was it, Matt?
It was as tight as you're going to get. And that goal right at the end, it just symbolized this entire game, as it was a hard-working goal. And as that puck moved out from a long shot in, they finally got a little puck luck on the New Zealand side. Bulgaria a little bit unlucky there. And this game, I mean, we could play 5 games, and I would expect it to come out 3-2 again, and again. These teams are so evenly matched. It worked out for New Zealand. It's great for them here on home ice. I think they played just that little bit better, and they bossed their defensive end just enough to get it over the line tonight, and that's what it was. It was just enough. 3-2 the final, and that puts them through with 3 points, ties them with Iceland on 9 points, and technically
still a chance
technically have a chance. They need a lot of help tomorrow. Let's be honest about that. But it's the same situation as the women a couple of weeks ago. It could have worked out.
That's right.
Is that using your unicorn calculator?
Yeah.
Wishes and hopes.
That's exactly it. But they will be on 9 points, and the winner of that game will very, very likely end up silver medal. I think it has to work out that way. Whoever doesn't come out ahead tomorrow with Iceland will very, very likely be the bronze medalist, but that's not a for sure. And we'll have to do the maths again. We'll do it for you before the game tomorrow to make sure everybody knows, and we'll have the results. National anthem coming up.
First, we'll have the player of the game for both teams, of course. Yep.
Who's your money on?
Oh.
Yeah.
For Bulgaria, it is number 1, Dimitrov. And we will wait for the announcement of the New Zealand player of the day. And then we will have the national anthem for our winning team, New Zealand, the home nation. Number 19, Colin McIntosh, scored a goal earlier in the game. And well deserved, both of those players earning the player of the game for their respective teams.
Yes, Colin. I called him the commander, but in those power plays, he would sit in that corner, eye everything up, and just make those passes. It wasn't fast. It wasn't furious. He must be very frustrating to play against because he's so sort of smooth and silky.
He's very calm with the puck, isn't he?
Yeah.
He knows what he wants to do, and he can generally pull it off.
Much like, yeah. And that's frustrating in a fast-moving. He slows the game down, but I think he moves quite quickly. It just looks slow. I wouldn't want to get tangled up with him, that's for sure.
No, I wouldn't. Here we go with the New Zealand national anthem.
Well,
there we have it.
So-
Very hard fought win for New Zealand, that one, wasn't it, Dave?
yeah, Matt, very shortly we'll have Matt Chavez having an interview with Justin Daigle, I believe.
Yeah, we'll just wait for the players to get off the ice. The handshakes, which is the nice part of ice hockey. We always see the handshakes at the end of the game, even though they fought hard for it, and sometimes a little bit too hard, you might say, from some of the players. They will always shake hands.
I haven't had the opportunity to tally up the penalties in this game, but they're collectively, there'd be a whole period of penalties.
Oh, that was, it felt like a penalty was going to decide this game. Bulgaria scored twice on the power play. They got 2 goals.
Thank you.
12 penalties total, yes.
12 penalties.
So Bulgaria scored twice on the power play. New Zealand couldn't get it done throughout the game until the end. Right at the end, when they needed the most, Justin Daigle with the game winner.
Yeah, so that will set up quite a stage, as we mentioned, for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I'm excited about
it's
Iceland, New Zealand, tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Holy moly.
Yeah, in front of another sold-out crowd here at the Dunedin Ice Stadium. This one was tense. The crowd wasn't really getting into it, as it felt like the game could have gone either way, but they certainly roared with pleasure at the goal from Justin Daigle as he put it past the goalie Dimitar Dimitrov into the top corner.
The game, the ebb and flow of this game was pronounced and evident and pronounced. The dominant behavior of New Zealand in the Bulgaria zone, and then Bulgaria dominating in the New Zealand zone, and then that end-to-end just shot on net, back to the other end, shot on net, which if any hockey player knows how draining that is, end to end, and then, the penalties forcing the specialty teams to continue to be out there and plug away at it.
Yeah, you could see both teams looking for that stretch pass up ice to try and get that one breakaway that could have
near the end.
up.
Yeah, that you were talking about, the opening up of the passes, not so precise, a little bit. I think just tiredness. I mean, it's been a long week, not just a day, but a long week.
Oh yeah,
and each day kind of saps your energy a little bit more. Even though these are some very fit young men.
4 days of games, going into a 5th one tomorrow, but trainings in between. It certainly is a battle of attrition. New Zealand, thankfully, have gotten through pretty much unscathed so far. I think Ivan Dalmatau didn't dress tonight, but we're not sure.
We'll find more out about that and find out what's happening with him, because having a game off may be the best thing for him. The opportunity to come out with a little bit fresher legs.
Righto, the teams leaving the ice. A couple of Bulgarians stayed on. Maybe they're going to get a photo. But like we were talking about, this ties up the table. It still gives either Iceland or New Zealand a chance for gold if Georgia fail to beat Thailand tomorrow, which, looking at the table, Georgia at the top, Thailand at the bottom, you probably wouldn't pick an upset from Thailand, but ice hockey
anything can happen.
It's a weird game. The puck doesn't bounce straight all the time. We've got Matt Chavez down at ground level with an interview with Justin Daigle, the game winner goal for New Zealand.
Justin Daigle with us after this game, the goal scoring or winning goal scorer. But let's talk early about the first 2 periods. Another nip and tuck game. How did that feel out there as far as being quite a defensive tussle?
Yeah, I mean, there's every game in these competitions are always that way. There's no teams that come in and we can assume are going to be an easy game. So we know that we got to bring our A game and make sure that we're shutting down defensively and keeping it tight and taking advantage of mistakes whenever they present themselves.
Yeah, now you guys also changed up a lot in the style too based on that, but let's skip all of that. The important thing is you scored the 3rd goal. Now let's talk about that. You had a shot that kind of walked in on the blue line, right? He walked it in. Tell me about What did you see and why did you walk that one in?
Well, we kind of talked about making some adjustments on the power play. You know, it hasn't really been clicking much like we would like it to. So we started to talk about maybe getting some motion, trying to get guys drawn in and sucked in, and then trying to open up some space up top. And so that worked like we drew it up there with Colin, and he made a great pass. And and you know what? It was a great screen in front by Ian Otis, taking away the goalie's eyes, and the shot went in. So
yeah, and it was a pinpoint shot that you had as well, and it wouldn't have worked any other way. But you're right that all of that traffic in the lane made all the difference. So now that you got the win, it's got to feel relieving. And with such a tight game, what was it like on the bench after that goal goes in?
Yeah, I mean, you sort of quickly celebrated. Obviously, it's at a pretty crucial time in the game, but there was more game to be played. So we had to reset really quickly, make sure we went out and didn't give them that late opportunity to get back in the game and tie it up.
Well, I know you guys are waiting for you. I can feel the water that they sprayed over here, so go have some fun.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Justin Daig.
All right, thank you, Matt, for that, and thank you, Justin, for giving us that interview. Justin really said it, you know, like every game in this competition is tight. New Zealand has had to fight for all their wins. Sure, their win on Wednesday was 7-1, but it was 2-1 going into the third period. And tomorrow, another big game against Iceland. You just know it's going to be another tight one.
And what Justin was saying about that penalty, or about that goal on that power play, that we celebrate, but we know we still got 2 minutes of hard hockey left. They're going to be running hard at us.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at that points table now. After 4 games completed for every team, we see Georgia on top with 11 points, but crucially only 2 in front of Iceland and New Zealand, who are the last game of the competition tomorrow. So if Georgia fall, New Zealand and Iceland both with an opportunity, but essentially the way we think it's going to go with Georgia playing Thailand, bottom of the table without a win, we feel like it's a silver medal match there. Bulgaria, with that loss, they're out of contention. Unfortunately for them, they can't medal, but they've saved themselves from demotion or relegation, same as Chinese Taipei. Thailand, if they get up, can cause a spoiler. And, like we said before, anything can happen, Dave.
Well, we know that Thailand is so strong in those first 2 periods. We talked about their skinny bench. We talked about just needing more depth. Who knows what can happen if they get up far enough, you know.
Yeah.
Like I say, wishes and hopes.
Georgia went down 3-0 after the first period against Bulgaria on Wednesday. So, you know, Thailand could probably use that as motivation, knowing that, you know, there is an opportunity. If they come out hard, they can get a start, and then they just got to hold on. Just got to hold on.
Well, all will be revealed. The big reveal tomorrow night.
Final day, day 5 of the 2025 IIHF Men's Ice Hockey World Championships Division 2B. Make sure you're all watching. 8 o'clock tomorrow night, puck drop. My name's Matt Wolf, and this is Dave Dubnik. Thank you to Matt Chavez, who's now on the ground. It's been a big night, an exciting night. New Zealand got the victory. We're going to take a break, take a 24-hour break pretty much, and we'll be back tomorrow for the conclusion of this tournament. Ka kite.